Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the beginner series. Today I'm going to be giving you 3 main tips to help you practice your major scale, build your ear, and some groove on the bass. We're going to be working in the key of C for this major scale, and the first thing that we're going to do to practice or to learn how to practice is to be calling the note names as we play. We're going to be going in between calling note names and in between calling the numbers. If you've never heard of the number system before, I should have a video up by now explaining that, but it basically is just giving a number to the name of the note. So if we were in the key of C, C is the 1 because it's the first note. The second note of the C major scale is D, so it means it's the second note. And the third note of the C major scale is E, so E is the 3. That's all we're gonna do for this first part of the video. So here we go. Find your C, it's your 3rd fret or first dot on your A string, and we're gonna place with our middle finger. So it would sound like this when you're practicing. I'd go on a 60 BPM or something as slow as that when you're practicing. When you're learning, do not turn on a click. Go as slow as you need to go and take it literally all the way down to whatever speed works for you. So here we go. I would go C, and then I would try and find, okay, I know that my next step or my next note is a whole step away. I would go D, okay, E, F, okay, where's G? I think it's a whole step away. G, whole step away again. A, whole step. B, C. Beautiful. When I've taken the time and gotten that, then is when I would move it to the tempo, right? But we're going to do that in the second part. So for now, the next thing that we're going to go through is using that same shape and just saying the numbers. So here we go. 1, 2, okay, whole step, okay. 3, half step. 4, whole step. 5, whole step to the 6, whole step to the 7, and half step to the 1 or the 8. Beautiful. So take those things and learn where those notes are kind of sitting on your fretboard. That's a great way to do it, going up and going down, ascending and descending. Okay, so this brings me to the second tip, or the second thing I would practice if I was just very much learning a major scale. Now I'm going to take what I've practiced in step 1 and apply it to a tempo so that I can have a reference of where my rhythm is sitting, because at the end of the day, we're not just trying to hit notes, we're trying to hit them on time and make them feel good, right? So what we're going to be looking at or trying to work with are 3 rhythms, right? The most basic is going to be a whole note, which basically means for as long as you feel a full loop. And I know that's not the most technically sound thing to say, but everyone for the most part has heard music growing up their whole lives, right? So if I was saying twinkle twinkle little star, right, you have that rhythm built into you. So when you turn on a click, if I say a whole note and it's going da, do, 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 da, all it means is 4 counts, right? So 4 times that hits. Once the accent hits again, then you're going to move to your next note. So you would go beautiful. So that would be the first half, and once I've mastered that with whole notes, I would do the same thing going down. Okay, and if you're curious how long you should be doing an exercise like that, I think 5 minutes is perfect. Put on a timer and just do 5 minutes of going up and down back to back with halves. That is, say, day one or week one of playing. The next thing I would do is cut that time in half. And what I mean is, instead of waiting for, I would go 1, 2, switch, 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 and down. Beautiful. So those are the two first steps, and then this one's a little bit more fun. The next thing is to put on a loop and to literally groove on bass. And there's not a right or wrong way to do this, but I would say to create a pattern or a loop that makes sense, right? Don't just be, right? Like that doesn't sound like music to me, right? I found a loop, and I'll show you what a basic rhythm is that I would practice to a loop. And what this is going to do for you is to simulate playing in a band setting or learning how to groove on your instrument, right? Okay, so the very last trick or tip that I wanted to give you as you're starting to learn your major scale is to sing it. And this is the one I leave to last because a lot of people are like, I can't sing, I don't know how to do this, yada yada yada. And so here's a little exercise I do with my students when I'm teaching any instrument. The first thing I'll do is to tell them to give me a Mario impression. So I'll do it for you so you don't seem silly or sound silly at your house or wherever you are. It's me, Mario. Cool, done. And then I tell them, okay, think like, I don't know, like Scream or like a scary movie. The guy that calls on the phone, give me his voice. And they go, really low. I'm going to do Taken. I will find you and I will kill you. But anyways, the whole point of that exercise is to let you know that you already know how to find pitch, or that you have that built into you. You know that Mario sings up high and that this serial killer person sings low. So it's just learning how to like be a little bit more fine-tuned in finding those notes, right? So if you have a hard time doing this at the beginning, it's okay, but that's how you find pitches. Hey, it's you. Like, that's how you're gonna move up your scale with your voice, right? Okay, so here we go. So I would just take the scale, C, and go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Then I might go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, that is going to do so much more for you as a bass player than you even understand yet. So I really hope that you guys lock in with these lessons and just keep going. You are this close away from your next goal. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and a comment, please. Right now I'm on my beginner bass player vibe, but I'd love to do some things that are a little bit more advanced. I'd love to get into some drum lessons, some key approach things, even though I'm not really a keys player, but just how I think about things, not being a full keys player and still utilizing those small skills that I have in the work that I do day to day. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and hit that notification bell so you're aware every time I post a new video. Thank you. Peace.